EFCO brings you EFCO Deck. The system is a hand-set shoring and reshoring system for elevated concrete slab construction. It is an excellent product for floor-to-ceiling heights of 7 to 15 feet and slabs up to 12 inches thick, and can deliver wider than normal shore post spacing. The EFCO Deck system complements EFCO's Easy Deck system and Adjust-A-Deck system. EFCO's Easy Deck system is used primarily for the higher floor-to-ceiling heights, thicker slabs, and most important, assembling the system on the ground and assembled movements between pours. The best applications for EFCO's Adjust-A-Deck system are when the columns and walls of a building are located and available to support the concrete forming platform. The system is also valuable where repetitive large decks are to be formed, where crane time is available, and when large deck panels can be handled outside the building without interfering with the adjacent structures, traffic, and ground traffic patterns. EFCO is dedicated to providing you the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs. With over 72 years of innovations and inventions for concrete forming systems, EFCO has done it again with EFCO Deck. And now, EFCO's series of training videos will provide you with detailed demonstrations of the best methods for assembling and cycling your EFCO Deck system. This step-by-step video will focus on reducing labor costs and increase safety on your project, again providing you with the best value and lowest in-place concrete costs on your shoring and decking project. EFCO Deck has just a few parts, which can be quickly assembled to construct high-production shoring and decking. This system can be used with Easy Deck when a project requires a floor height over 15 feet. Aluminum primary beams, along with high-strength galvanized steel posts and secondary beams, result in lightweight, long-lasting equipment. This system is versatile, easy to assemble, and quick to cycle. EFCO Deck does not require cranes or fork trucks to assemble or strip the equipment. A crane or material hoist is needed to move racks of posts and beams from floor to floor. Cranes for conventional flying truss systems are generally much larger and more expensive. The versatility of the EFCO Deck also makes it easy to form variations and complex floor layouts with ease. Sometimes adjoining structures and ground-level traffic patterns also can limit the movement of large flying deck systems. The EFCO Deck shoring posts can also be used as a reshore, which can reduce reshore labor. The forming and shoring engineering specialists at EFCO, along with EFCO field representatives dedicated to project productivity, have developed a step-by-step process for the EFCO Deck system's assembly and cycling procedures. These procedures will deliver the benefits of the system and give you the opportunity to operate in less time and with less effort. This will help you maintain your production schedules, saving you money. While the assembly requirements of your project may differ from the examples used here, at EFCO we keep safety and productivity in mind as our engineers and field service representatives help you design the best assembly method for your project. This step-by-step presentation will feature initial installation and cycling procedures for the EFCO Deck. Planning the work and working the plan is the key to success. Good engineering support for your project is, of course, a requirement. When presented with clear analysis and specifications, our engineers can help your team to set up leg spacing, lateral bracing, and specifications for the project. EFCO's field service support and engineering guidance will assist you in selecting the best methods for the safest and most efficient assembly and cycling of your forming system. As with all forming and shoring equipment, safety is everybody's job. You must observe and follow all safety guidelines and applicable codes at all times. Determining concrete strength is critical prior to stripping the formwork, and then also prior to loading the slab with shoring and formwork to support the next slab above. The EFCO Deck system permits early removal of forming materials while shore posts remain in place. It is the contractor's responsibility, relying on job site engineering personnel, to assure that the concrete strength is sufficient to resist forces at all steps in the forming process. This includes supports under the slab shoring system, as well as the reshoring of previously poured slabs. Those things we focus on, we are successful at, and those things we ignore, we can fail. Think safety and work safely. The EFCO deck system has just a few major elements. There are 3 sizes of telescoping steel posts, L1, L2, and L3, which have the flexibility to accommodate various floor heights in a project from 76 to 180 inches. Using the patent applied for load release pin gives a quick load release of the shore post. The pin, along with the sleeve nut adjustment, will allow overlap between the different post lengths. EFCO deck is a system that allows you to assemble your shoring with a post spacing of up to 6 feet by 8 feet. A good reference for the heart of the system components is EFCO's catalog EFC 1015. The 8-foot secondary beam span is an excellent advantage compared to some other systems. When it comes to moving carts of shoring equipment around on the poured deck, the extra room makes it easier. The wider post spacing also means fewer posts and pieces to cycle from pour to pour. Load capacity will depend on the height and post spacing. The load release pin drops the post down 1/4 of an inch to allow easier stripping relief in the system. The drop head provides complete stability of the shore post during stripping of the primary and secondary beams and lowers quickly for smooth removal of the formwork. Lightweight aluminum primary beams are designed for easy, safe, and fast handling. The primary beams come in 2 lengths, 4-foot and 6-foot. There's also a 10-foot primary beam that can only be used in a cantilevered configuration and is used properly for exterior cantilevers to support working platforms. Only one end connects directly to a drop head, and a second shore must be positioned midway to carry the beam. To use the 10-foot primary beams, you must follow the project shoring erection drawings and your own project engineer's inspections and instructions. Lightweight galvanized steel secondary beams have an embedded plastic nailing strip that will not shrink, crack, or splinter over time, which can be used to fasten plywood to the beams. The secondary beams come in 4-foot, 6-foot, and 8-foot lengths. Again, the components of the EFCO deck system can be easily recognized and specified using EFCO's catalog number EFC 1015, including capacities and weights. A U-head bracket is available and can be attached to the top of the EFCO deck post. This can be used to provide support for a single or a pair of EFCO Z-beams extra strength stringers if needed for special applications. This may be done to integrate with the EasyDeck system or to support greater loads. The tripod can be very helpful to offer support to the post in the initial setup of EFCO deck. Many contractors have found that an EFCO EasyDeck shoring module with its aluminum stabilizing panels can be used to supply the required horizontal bracing of EFCO deck. This may eliminate the need to tie into existing concrete columns and walls for lateral bracing during both the setting and pouring process, and in addition, eliminate the tripods. Adequate horizontal bracing of all shoring systems is an absolute safety requirement. Work with your own project engineer, EFCO's engineer, and EFCO's field supervisor to help determine your best setup. Safety comes first. Using EFCO's EasyDeck modules at the perimeter of a structure can give an easy way to provide a cantilevered work platform. Most times, these modules are moved floor to floor fully assembled. The 2x4 clamps can be used to stabilize the EFCO deck shoring system by using a 2x4 stud brace. The notches on the clamps indicate which diameter post size they can be used with. Posts, primary beams, and secondary beams are shipped in racks. These racks are then used to easily transfer stacked equipment from one shoring area and/or floor to floor. There are both long and short racks. The accessory bins are the same overall size as the short racks and can be stacked with short racks and are used to hold loose shoring system components. Both racks and bins can be stacked 2 high for transferring floor to floor and a maximum of 6 high for storage. When multiple racks and bins are stacked, of course, they require a level concrete slab base. The rigid wheel and the swivel wheel attach to the bottom of the storage racks and the accessory bin to provide easy movement. When using the wheels, limit stacking to 2 bins or 2 baskets high. Being organized goes a long way toward improved productivity. Take an assembly line approach to working with the equipment. EFCO plans full truckloads of EFCO deck components with the load of equipment shipped in a ratio of legs and beams balanced. This is done so that as a truckload arrives, equipment can be unloaded and erected. EFCO's bill of lading for each shipment using its pick pictures can be a valuable tool to help job site personnel identify each piece of equipment. Initial installation. Step 1. Setting post length. Preset your post length as shown on the EFCO erection drawings. Use the top of 2 corner posts of a rack along with 2 EFCO gold forks to hold a post for the presetting to length operation. First, place the load release pin in the right hole to adjust the length of the post to within 3 inches of its required length. Fully insert the load release pin to put the post in the extended position. Then insert the linch pin in the inner hole of the load release pin. Second, fine-tune the post to length